Everyone, greeting of the day. This is Sashireka. Today, in this video, we are going to see about passive transducers. Passive transducers, again, transducer plays a very major role in industrial applications. Passive transducers, in the sense, you have to give an external power supply to the transducer. Then only it will work. Then only you will be getting an output. So, the main classification, if you're going to see variable resistance, optoelectronic variable reactance. Again, these are the classifications regarding your passive transducers. Working principle, again, it works in the principle of resistance, means R is equal to rho L by A. R is resistance, A is cross sectional area, L is nothing but the length of the conductor, rho is nothing but the resistivity. So resistive transducer is designed to consider the variation of the length, area and resistivity. All these three things are taken into account for designing my resistive transducer. So resistive transducer, it is first one is your potentiometer. So if you're going to see your potentiometer in this one, according to your length, your resistance is varying. If it is going to be a rotational potentiometer, rotatory potentiometer, again that also it will vary according to your rotatory movement. So whenever there is a change in my length, again my resistance is also changed. And next is your strain gauge. Strain gauge is again, whenever my semiconductor material I'm going to have a pressure in that one, the properties of the metal will be changed and that is taken into account and converted. Again, this is the your strain gauge. If I'm going to give some pressure to my strain gauge, my resistance value is changing, and that is noted in my Wheatstone bridge. Again my strain or the pressure is converted to electrical quantity again. So this is nothing but your strain gauge measurement Wheatstone by using your Wheatstone bridge. And next is your nothing but your thermistor. Again, this is very important because the temperature will be measured. The thermistor is temperature will be measured. In the sense, it is of two types. One is negative temperature coefficient and the other one is positive temperature coefficient. If you're going to see in this one, when temperature is going to decrease, no, your resistance is increased. This is negative temperature coefficient. Another one, it is there positive temperature coefficient. If temperature is going to increase, my resistance will also increase. That is nothing but my positive temperature coefficient thermistor. This is negative temperature coefficient thermistor. Why? Because when my temperature is going to increase, my resistance is going to decrease. When my temperature is going to decrease, my resistance is getting high, means inversely proportional. So this is regarding your thermistor. And next is your inductive transducer. Again, inductive transducer, it is differs with the magnetic material which is used and permeability of the respective inductive material. My transducer differs. So according to the air gap, the permeability and the reluctance I'm going to consider. So first one is my simple inductance. Simple inductance in this sense, simple inductance in the sense only one coil will be present. Only one single coil will be present, and it works under the electromagnetic induction. Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, if you're going to see, when it work under that principle, and self inductance, it is there. In this particular self inductance, only one coil will be present and EMF is induced. So I'm going to use magnetic materials, right? According to the magnetic materials used, this particular transducer will be varied, changed. And next is your two coil method. In this two coil method, again I'm going to use two coils. One will be my primary and the other two will be my secondary. If I'm going to see, I'm taking example as my LVDT. So if you're going to see this LVDT, you can able to see the difference, how my voltage is varying when my my EMF changes, how my voltage is going to change. So this LVDT is working under the principle of transformer. Transformer is going to work in a mutual inductance principle. So this LVDT is also working under the principle of mutual inductance. So it is known as linear variable differential transformer. Again, whatever displacement is there, no, mechanical displacement is converted to electrical quantity. This LVDT is mechanical displacement is converted to your electrical quantity. This is regarding your LVDT. The next is your variable reluctance. Again, reluctance, if it is going to be varied, again my transducer output also it is going to vary. Whenever my R gap is going to vary, no, my output means the electrical output also varies. Next is your Hall effect. Again, Hall effect also it is with respect to your magnetic field. When magnetic how to measure a magnetic field intensity is with your Hall effect. So if you're going to see if my magnetic field is high, I'm getting a high voltage, and if my magnetic field is low, I'm getting a low voltage. This is regarding your inductive transducer, and next is your capacitive transducer. Again, capacitive transducer, it varies with if it three types. One is of variable area and variable of separation of your conductive plates, and next is your permittivity. So again, these three with respect to these three changes, again my capacitive transducer also changes. So again, capacitive transducer, capacitive pressure transducer. In this one, if you're going to see, when my pressure increases, again my output of my capacitor changes. According to that, my transducer output also will change. Next is your liquid level measurement. So when my dielectric constant changes its electrodes, if you're going to see in this one here, capacitive transducer for liquid level measurements. If my dielectric medium changes, again my capacitive output or capacitance output will change. So according to, with that one, I am going to convert. So that level is going to change. So can you see this? Once it going to reach that level, it changes, means it stops its uh, water content, means filling of the water is stopped once it is going to reach that particular level. This is again your capacitive level transducer. Again, capacitive microphone. Whenever my diaphragm is changing its position, no, according to that I am getting my output. So again, the sound energy is converted to your electrical energy. This is regarding your capacitive microphone. And this is all my reference where I've referred, and thank you.